Hi guys, Brett for SEO Explored here. Today I'm going to show you how you can boost the amount of laser targeted traffic that your website receives by using a cool new piece of social media management software called BuzzBundle. Now, if you've got a blog or a website of your own, you no doubt know that the best type of traffic to receive, the traffic that provides the highest conversion rates, is actually targeted traffic. For those of you who might not know, targeted traffic is made up of high quality visitors who are actually out there right now on the internet searching for the content and the products that you guys are writing about on your blogs and websites. These guys have a genuine interest in your niche, and as a result, when they do make it back to your site, they're much more likely to convert, whether it's through signing up to a newsletter that you guys have set up and ready to go, or even by purchasing a product through one of your affiliate links. Personally, I don't think it's unfair to say that getting this high quality, targeted traffic to visit your website or blog is quite possibly the most crucial part of being successful and actually earning money online. A really effective way to find these potential buyers is by being active on social media. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the piece of software I mentioned earlier, BuzzBundle, uses your keywords to find relevant posts and conversations on social media sites like Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. All of these interactions are then served up into the one easy to navigate interface, and all that's left for you to do is jump into the conversation, start engaging with your audience, and then you can sit back and watch the laser targeted traffic start to roll on in. A lot of you guys have obviously heard about BuzzBundle before, and that's why you tracked down this video today. But for those who haven't heard of the software before, I figured I'd just take a second here and answer the big question: what is BuzzBundle? Okay, so what is BuzzBundle? BuzzBundle is a new piece of social media management software. It searches forums, Q&A sites, blogs, and social network sites, and it identifies the people online who are talking about your specific keywords. BuzzBundle then allows you to jump straight into the conversation and reply to all of these users, all from the one screen. It's a fantastic way to find your target audience online, all in the one place, and respond to their comments and begin to raise awareness of your website or blog. BuzzBundle makes driving genuine traffic to your website, targeted traffic to your website, incredibly easy. In terms of what you're going to learn in this review/tutorial, I'm going to show you how simple it is to set up new personas and profiles. I'll guide you through setting up your preferences and settings. Then I'm going to demonstrate exactly how BuzzBundle works by setting up streams and running you through a full campaign. I'm going to teach you how to engage your target audience when you do find them and how to steer them back to your website or blog. And finally, you'll learn how to track and monitor your competitors' social media strategies using BuzzBundle. I can't emphasize enough what a cool feature this is. So now that you have a bit of a better idea as to what BuzzBundle actually is, I'm sure you're eager just to see it in action. Personally, I'm excited to show you, so I just think we get straight into it. That being said though, if you do want to get some hands-on experience with BuzzBundle right away, or more importantly, if you'd like to follow along with me throughout this tutorial, all you have to do is click on the link just below this video and you can download the BuzzBundle trial for free. It's available right now, so if you do want to grab it, I do recommend it because it's a great way to learn, and it also allows you to start growing your new traffic streams all at the same time. So go ahead, click the link. I'll just wait here. I'm very patient. Alright, so once you've got BuzzBundle installed and opened, the first step is to come over here to the left and click on the Personas and Profiles tab. This is where you're going to add all of your social media profiles, and you're going to manage them all from this screen too. So come up here and click Add Persona, and then enter in a name. Uploading an image is optional, but I've always thought that the more fleshed out that your profiles can be, the better they're going to look. and then hit next. These next two steps are all about filling in registration information. As you can see up the top, it says here that these steps are optional, but the information that we put in here is actually what BuzzBundle will use when it goes out and automatically registers profiles on our behalf. I'm not entirely sure if I mentioned that before as a feature, but BuzzBundle actually does have this awesome feature where if you're trying to post a comment or a reply on, say, a blog or a forum or even a social media platform where you don't actually have an account, the software will go out and register a profile for you, verify the email address, and then automatically post your comment. So it's absolutely worthwhile to fill in the information here because it will save you a lot of time later on. So all you have to do is fill in the boxes up here. They're all pretty straightforward. Fill in a username, a password, put in a valid email address, and a password for that email address. By valid email address, I just mean I know a lot of people use junky kind of email addresses when they use programs like this. You will need access to that email, so it's really important to put in one that you can actually get a hold of. So no spam email addresses in there, guys. Once you've done that, just come on down here and hit next. Now we can just add a little bit more profile padding here by putting in our date of birth, our gender, location, and just filling in a little bit of information about ourselves. I'm sure we've all filled out 100 million of these boxes before, so it shouldn't be too hard. Today I'm just going to say that I love teaching people how to manage their SEO campaigns. I also am a mad Doctor Who fan and love chips. I don't know why I found that funny, but I do. And then we'll put in a website down here. And then come down and click finish. As you can see, over here on the corner, we've now set up our persona. There's our little image that we uploaded, our email address, our name, our information. So our main persona is set up. If you manage multiple websites, you can make as many of these personas as you like. All you have to do is just rinse and repeat the process that we just went through. Next, we have to add our social media profiles to this new persona. To do that, we come up here to the top and click Add Profile. And what you'll see here is a list of sites that BuzzBundle allows us to post to. The software supports the most popular sites like, as you can see, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, but it also scours the internet for niche-related blogs, forums, and you can even comment on YouTube videos. Take a second here to just click the More Social Media Sites link down here and check the box that's next to LinkedIn. Push OK. And as you can see, that's now added LinkedIn to our main list of sites here. I always figure the more the merrier, so it would be crazy not to include that on our list. So now we can start to connect our various profiles to BuzzBundle, and doing this really just helps make the software the one-stop shop for managing our social media that we want it to be. If all of your accounts are all linked up in one place, obviously things are going to be a lot more convenient later on. I figure we just start off with Twitter. It was actually said that last year there were 175 million tweets sent every day from Twitter. As you can imagine, that's a massive amount of conversations and traffic that's just waiting to be tapped into. So I think Twitter's a pretty good place to start with. So we'll make sure that Twitter's selected as it is, and then come down here and click on Next. If you haven't got a Twitter account already set up, you can select Register New up here and hit Next. You'll see that BuzzBundle uses the profile information that we filled in just a little while ago, and it auto completes the registration form. All you have to do is click Finish. But because I already have an account set up for this information, I won't bother with that. But that's what you have to do if you don't have a Twitter account, or any account really. So we'll come back here, and for those of us who do have a Twitter account already set up, come up here and click Use Existing. Head on down and hit Next. And all you have to do here is punch in your login name on Twitter, your password, and press Finish. You'll notice that the Twitter account is now linked into your BuzzBundle persona. So now every time that we use the software to reply to tweets, we'll automatically be logged in and ready to go. So once we've hooked up here like we are, you can see it's now in our main list. There won't be any further logging in or anything like that. We can respond directly from inside of BuzzBundle. To link up more of your social media accounts, all you need to do is come up here again, hit Add Profile, and repeat the process that we just went through to hook up the Twitter account. I really advise that you guys do take the time to make sure that you have an active profile ready for all of the sites here in this list. To truly get the full benefit out of BuzzBundle and use it for all of the power that it's worth, you're going to want to take advantage of the potential traffic that exists across all of these sites here. The fact that it takes 30 seconds or less to sign up for a new account also leaves you with little excuses. So ideally, once you're fully set up BuzzBundle, every one of these sites in this list here should be appearing here in your profiles list. That being said though, you can leave the blogs and forum accounts until later. Because there's so many different blogs and forums out there, it's actually easier to just have BuzzBundle create those accounts for you as you reply to individual posts and threads along the way. So make sure that this list is full of all of the other accounts, but you could probably leave the blogs and forums until later. Now that we've got the personas and profiles under control, we're pretty much just about ready to start generating some serious social buzz for our website. Before we go any further though, I want to just spend 2 seconds showing you how you can make use of proxies to hide your IP address when you're using BuzzBundle. Head on up here to Preferences, and then hit Proxy Settings, and then Proxy Rotation. Now, to be honest, when you're first starting out with BuzzBundle and you're only tracking a small handful of keywords on social media, then you're probably going to be just fine without using any proxies. When you ramp things up though, and you start monitoring increasingly large lists of keywords, you might want to give some serious thought to protecting your IP address. Whenever I'm running any SEO tool that's doing anything online that's automated, I always like to just play it safe, and I use 10 private proxies that I get from buyproxies.org. I've been using those guys for over 2 years now, and I've never had a problem with them. Their prices are about as cheap as it gets. Their proxies are lightning fast, and perhaps best of all, unlike many other proxy suppliers out there, they've got no problem with you using their proxies with SEO tools like BuzzBundle. If you check out the description area of this video, I've posted a link where you can find some more information on buy proxies if you feel like checking them out. So like I said, using proxies with BuzzBundle certainly isn't compulsory, but I do recommend it definitely, especially when you start to really sink your teeth into the software and start to ramp up your campaigns. If and when you do decide to get some proxies, whether they're shared or private, all you need to do to put them into BuzzBundle is come up here and check the Enable Proxy Rotation box, click Add, and then add your proxies one by one. If you do get proxies, I'm not so sure with shared because I only get private, but you'll get emailed all of this information, and it's really simple to just plug in. And eventually you'll have a full list of proxies that look a little something like this. And that way you're fully protected and ready to go. You can use the software without any concerns really about your IP address being revealed online. Just an extra security measure that I use. It's not for everyone, but down here there's a little box that says use direct connection if no proxies are available. So if by some miracle your proxies stop working, I always just untick this box. So if there's no proxies available, the software stops. So that way I know I'm always protected when I'm using the software. So once all of these are set up, we just come down here, hit OK, and then we're done setting up all of our proxies. So now that we've set up your persona, we've linked in all of your social media profiles, and now that we've got a strong army of proxies protecting us, it's officially time to dive in head first. So let's set up our streams, start talking to some of those people out online who are our target audience, and basically just see exactly what BuzzBundle can do. Head on up here to the left and click on Streams, and then come down here to Add Streams. Now this box is where you're going to want to punch in the keywords that you're hoping to target. Remember that BuzzBundle is going to go out, scour all of the available social media platforms and bring back users and conversations for you to jump into based on this list of keywords here. For the example that I've got set up today, I'm going to get BuzzBundle to go out and fetch me some conversations that include SEO related keywords, but obviously your list of keywords should be specific to the niche of your website or blog. Previously, I've used BuzzBundle to track down conversations on MMA classes, antique furniture. I've even used it to find conversations about sunglasses for dogs. So there's really no limitations on what the software can find. If there's real people out there talking about it on social media, then BuzzBundle is going to find the conversations for you, no doubt. Just to speed things up for you guys, I've actually done a little bit of cheating, and I've got my SEO keywords here on the clipboard, so I'll just paste those in. I did mention earlier on at the start of the video that BuzzBundle gives you the option of tracking your competitors on social media. If you do want to do that, it's an awesome feature, and this is actually where you set it up. You can do it with your keywords, or if you wanted to do it separately, you just have to start another stream later on. But what you do is you come down here to this little box where it says website, and you just punch in the address of your competitor. I don't think I'm any chance of taking these guys down, but you get the idea. And what that'll do now, and say we went ahead with this search here, it would bring back all of the keywords here, but every single time that this website here is mentioned on social media, that would also be returned by BuzzBundle. So it's a really, really powerful option later on down the track when you guys are a little bit more familiar with the software. It's an excellent way to keep tabs of your competitors and just kind of suss out what they're doing on social media. It's certainly worth a look. I don't think I'm going to tackle these guys today. I think it might be a little bit too much for me to handle just at the minute. But we'll start, straighten that up. And we'll just start searching for this group of keywords here. So as you can see down the bottom here, just on the left, the little percentage down here, BuzzBundle has already started working away and is out there fetching the relevant conversations from across all of the various platforms that we've set up our accounts for. Each stream that you can see, the forums and blogs, which is up here, Q&A sites, our social media, which is our Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, the whole lot, and even our video sharing sites. This is where it's all going to be populated. It's nice and divided up, nice and organized for us. You can see at only 11%, there's already a lot of social media posts to go through and have a look at. The Q&A sites will follow. It does take a little while, so what I might do here is I might just pause the video until it's finished, because there's going to be nothing more boring than sitting here for however long this takes. So I'll pause it, and once all of these lists are finished, I'll come back and we'll go from there. Alright, so as you can see, BuzzBundle has been pretty busy. It's gone out and it's found hundreds of people from across all of the different social media platforms who are talking about the various keywords that I punched in just a little while ago. So now all of these people are gathered up for me in the one place. All I have to do is pick a conversation and jump right in and start interacting with them. I did have a little bit of a scroll just before to save some time, and I found someone here on Twitter who's asking for an alternative to AOL Lifestyle. Now, considering I'm actually making a BuzzBundle tutorial right now, I thought that would be a really interesting thing to share with them. This is actually a great example of what makes BuzzBundle such a valuable tool. This person here has turned to Twitter to ask for advice and get help from other people. It just so happens that I'm in the middle of making this tutorial and that it might actually be helpful for them. So now I have the opportunity to talk directly to a member of my target audience and help them out. So the way to do that is come down here and we'll just hit reply, and I might type something very basic because it is Twitter. We need to keep it short, so I'll just write this tutorial might be a great help to you, and then I'll just put a link. I suppose considering the tutorial's not up, I'll just put a link to the main page. It'll be up by the time they get there, and I'll push OK. BuzzBundle's working away on my behalf, as you can see down here in the corner, a little percentage, and there you go, it's done already. So that tweet has now been submitted. You can see it's listed as done. How long did that take? A minute? Probably 20 seconds. I honestly couldn't tell you another method of finding and communicating with high quality potential visitors like I just did that's faster than that. That's honestly, you saw it for yourself. That hasn't been edited or anything. That was 15 seconds maybe. So that was really, really cool. That's a great example of how efficient BuzzBundle can make your social media use. Now that we've had a chat with someone on Twitter, we could probably have a look around and try somewhere else. This might actually be a great opportunity to find someone on a forum that I don't have an account with and show you the process in which BuzzBundle automatically sets up accounts. So that's what we'll do. This is probably ideal right here. Which is the best SEO tools for beginners? I think it is. Yes, it is for beginners. Okay, well, BuzzBundle is definitely great for beginners. So this person might benefit from watching this tutorial. John, if you're watching. Okay, so I agree. John, SEO is an important part of your online presence. I've got a great tutorial about a piece of software you might be interested in. Check it out at www.seoexplored.com. Cheers. Okay, so now that that's in there, I just have to hit OK. And as I said, I don't have an account on this forum, so what I'll need to do is click register new, head on down here and hit next. So instead of going out and opening multiple tabs in our browser and signing up to this forum that way, all we have to do here is you can see that our registration form has been pre-filled by BuzzBundle, by the information that we filled in earlier on when we were setting up our persona and profile. So that's all done. You literally don't have to type anything in. You just come over here and hit finish. And now BuzzBundle will go out and take care of that process for you. It's already 50% done. Okay, this can pop up sometimes. You can use automated software to take care of this, but honestly, I don't really think it's worth it for this particular piece of software. Like, the amount of times that you have to deal with those things on BuzzBundle is few and far between. So, unless of course you've already got the software, then use it. And there you go. That's again how quickly that profile has been created for us. You saw how short of amount of time that took. That was BuzzBundle going out, registering a new profile, verifying the email address, and simultaneously posting the reply on the forum that we just wrote. So I suppose that there is a prime example of what BuzzBundle is all about. The whole purpose of this software is to streamline your social media efforts so we can really maximize the amount of impact that we're having when we're spending time on social media. And that's how you post to your target audience using BuzzBundle. We've responded to 2 people who have been on social media and on blogs and on forums looking for help, and we've put our link in front of their face in a helpful and useful way. If you have a look at the Twitter here that we responded to earlier, you can see our little responses come down here. But if we also come over to the internal browser that BuzzBundle has, you can see that this is Twitter inside of the browser. We scroll down and in real time, there's my response as well. This tutorial might be a great help to you, and there's a link to the site. So hopefully this person's going to make their way back to the website and hopefully maybe sign up to the newsletter, or at the very least watch this tutorial. So there you go. That's exactly how it works. That's the process from start to finish, I suppose. So there you go. You've now had a first-hand, start to finish look at how much you can achieve in terms of finding and interacting with your target market online and on social media by using BuzzBundle. You can see that I found 2 genuine leads, 2 people who will most likely make their way back to my site after reading the responses that I left in less time than it would take you to log into most social media accounts in a regular browser. I think if you just imagine the type of traffic you could rustle up if you use BuzzBundle even for an hour every day. To say that this software has made my work life easier would be an epic understatement. On top of having members of my target audience hand-picked for me, I can also use BuzzBundle to manage and schedule out all of my social media posts by using the My Activities section over here. Setting up tweets and posts in advance and scheduling them out means that you can have a constant presence on social media without having the stress of having to constantly be monitoring 4 or 5 separate social media accounts. From here, you can just open up a day when you want to schedule out a post, and you can tee a few up. If you have a look, just pick a random day over here, hit add post, and you can come in here along the top. You can select where you want this post to go. So say Twitter, Google+. The persona's right. The message is, I love doing video tutorial. Oop, not spelling apparently. Tutorials. And then I come down here, click the little clock, and schedule it out. I'd like this one to go out Wednesday at 12:38. You get the idea. Hit OK. Then down here, you can see when I've scheduled it for on that day, it's going to go out to Google+ and Twitter. I don't have to do anything else. That's set up and ready to go. So you can imagine if you line a few of those up, you're going to have all of your tweets and posts automated, which is going to save you a ridiculous amount of time. So as you can see, BuzzBundle throws another feature at you, and this is a big time saver. So as I start to bring this video tutorial to a close, I thought that I would give you a few final tips of my own for using BuzzBundle. Possibly the most important piece of advice I can give you is to keep your posts and replies both helpful and share-worthy. I know after seeing how much BuzzBundle can help you achieve in such a small period of time, it's probably going to be really tempting to get out there and start hitting the reply button as much as you can. Just remember though that while building links it's always important, the real aim here is to actually engage and interact with your target audience so that they can begin to recognize and trust your brand. Take your time and actually offer some value in your responses. This is going to increase the chances of the visitors actually clicking back and visiting your site. Also, try and use BuzzBundle every day as a part of your overall promotional strategy. Social media moves so quickly that there's always going to be new conversations to tap into and potential visitors to educate about your site. So if you could work BuzzBundle into your overall strategy, even for half an hour a day, I think the difference that you're going to notice is going to be fairly large. Getting high quality, targeted traffic to visit your website is all about being seen by the right people in the right places. BuzzBundle knows where these people live online and gives you everything you need to put your website right under their noses. If you're serious about building up your brand awareness on social media and you want to start attracting some genuine, laser-targeted traffic to come back to your site, then you owe it to yourself to at least give BuzzBundle a try. Click the link below this video and download the free trial now. This has been Brett for SEO Explored. Thanks for dropping by, and until next time, take care.